What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to 305 Radio, a part of 305 Magazine. I'm your girl, Dre Mob, and you can find me on the gram at 305_Brownie.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is George, 305 Magazine, and I'm here with super talented, the OG, a Miami legend. Man, if you don't know, you need to know, DJ Raw.
But ask somebody.
You know? So we're with DJ Raw, his wifey.
Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Oh, cool. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. We are going crazy with our phones here right now. Yeah, this is all about the cell phones. I had to turn off my feed.
Going down in the era back
I mean, not at all. This wasn't even happening with the VHS camcorders. It wasn't even going down.
We just set them up and
figure this out, man. I'm still in the mix, man. But it's all good. You know, I'm gonna talk. Can I say something? Is it okay?
You say everything you fucking.
Because it's funny. Some cat came at me, and told me, "Hey, man, you know, you're on Instagram." I only been on Instagram like 90 days, something like that, like 2 weeks before I came here. You know, because. And the friends came, bro, you're not on Instagram, you're only on Facebook. But anyway.
I'm still waiting on my pictures.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're going to wait a little longer.
What are you talking about, though?
No. So the brother told me, he said, hey, man, you don't have a large following. Where's your following at? And I simply had to reply, my following is on the street. Said I brought 10,000 people to Wynwood when there was no internet.
Oh man, no.
There was no internet. There was a few underground radio stations pumping hip hop, and no mainstream whatsoever. If you caught the Sugar Hill Gang on mainstream radio, it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, my pops are on the street. You know, and I'm looking at Facebook. I'm looking at, when I came home, MySpace was the big one, you know? Yeah, MySpace. Nah, but big ups to MySpace, because MySpace is what connected me with everyone. Because when I came home, I had no contacts whatsoever. And my son said, hey, Dad, check this out. You want to find some people? Type someone's name in there. So, you know, said, man, let me try Fat Joe.
Shout out to your son, by the way. I love him.
Oh, cool. Big up to Ray, man. That's my boy,
Big
man.
up to Ray.
Yeah, he saved my life. That's a good dude, along with this young lady right here. But we're going to get right to it. Yeah. So,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. So, like I was saying, you know, I typed Fat Joe's name in the search, and his came up. So, you know, I said, hey, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, Ron, what's going on? He hit me back. Oh, snap, this works. Let me try someone else. And I became the MySpace junkie. I'm going to find everybody I lost. And I did, from my cousins to, everybody. It saved my life. And then from that point over, it got a little easier. You know what I'm saying? The transition, because I was able to connect with everybody. Because mine was 10 years. You know, a whole decade. I see. You know, when I left, there was only a few buildings downtown. I came back, that was like a culture shock. I was like, what the heck happened, man? I was driving downtown. I remember Omar Islam, he gave me a ride downtown. Uh-huh. And it was like, I was going like through a time warp or whatever. I was like, what? He said, bro, hold on to yourself, because you're gonna see some of Miami's change. Yeah. He took me downtown, and I was like, holy smoke, this is crazy. And all I keep remembering my first 2 or 3 days was, everyone had a phone. And when I was, back in the days, first I had the big military phone, looked like a car battery. Yeah. Where I had to have my boy carry it so I could make a phone call. Jeez. You know, so he's walking around with the car battery, I'm talking on the phone, right? And then from there we came up. Then we had the banana phone, which was about 7 pounds. That wasn't too bad. You know, you had to hold it with 2 hands like this here. And not many people could afford them. You know, most people back then.
It was like really exclusive. Whoever had it.
No, it was. Yeah. Like my phone bill, I tell you, was like $2 or $3 grand a month, just to speak on that phone. $2 or $3 grand a month every month, and then you know how it goes down in Miami, right? Somebody got the chip, and then everybody had a banana phone. You know, it was everyone had a banana phone, and it was out of control after that. But yeah, you know, I came back and I saw it was like on every street corner, all the children, everybody had phones. I was like, You know what I said? Star Trek. Scotty beamed me up.
Yep.
And Omar Islam said, what you talking to yourself? I said, bro, this is something out of some space age thing, man. This is the Star Trek, the little flip phones and stuff. I saw that on black and white like una pila de años atrás.
Like, yeah, it's crazy because those concepts, they seem so far-fetched, but like here we are, like you can't even leave the house without your cell phone.
Yeah, you can.
You'll go back home
You
for
go
it.
back home for it, yeah. You're like, I'll be late, I don't care.
Lost it on my phone.
And since we're on that subject, everybody should remember at least one or two numbers. I used to remember like 25 numbers off the top of my dome. I can't remember my own. No, now I can't remember my own number. And that's the funny thing because a close friend of mine, a couple of days ago, he got locked up. DUI, whatever. They took his phone, locked him up. And he was in the mix. And he had to call his ex-girlfriend because it was the only number he remembered. You know how that is, Please save me. You got lucky. She said, click. He was blessed, man. She took the call and she called me, hey, Raw, my man, he's in the mix, blah, blah, blah. Can you help out? And I called my man from John the Baptist.
Okay.
He Wu-Tang.
Okay.
They have a bail bonds company in South Florida.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I called them up and I said, hey, Brother John, what you think? You can help me out and pick up my people? And he said, yeah. Like 6 hours later, he got him out.
Wow.
Beautiful.
But I'll tell you another thing about John the Baptist. At 420, what was happening with me. I'm the one I threw the event, right?
Yeah.
So I had to pay for an officer to be there, right? Exclusive officer to take care of us. Man, this lady was sweating me so bad because, everybody coming at me. I got the cookies, man.
Yes, you
I got the cookies. So everybody's coming at me. She got her arms like crossed over and she's off in the cut looking at me. And I could feel her like she's staring me down everywhere I go. And I'll move somewhere else and ask, hey, is that officer looking at me? Man, she got you locked in, bro. Okay. I go somewhere else. Is she looking at me? She's looking right at you, bro. Okay. So now I'm tripping. I walk up to her and I say, excuse me, officer, do you realize I'm the one that hired you? And she says, so? I said, okay, cool. I'm just letting you know you're working for me tonight. So I go about my business and John comes from Wu-Tang. He comes in and he sees her and I say, John, chill out, bro. This lady over there, she's sweating me. And he sees her. He says, follow me, sir. We walk up to her. Sergeant, stand down, he tells her. And she does. And she says, Officer such and such, I'm telling you right now, stand down. Said, this is DJ Raw, and you need to understand what this man has done for the hip-hop community in South Florida. Oof. And then she answered, yes, sir, officer. I'm looking at him, well, you a cop? He said, no. He said, no, she used to work for my bail bonds company, and I'm the one that signed off on her for her to become a Fort Lauderdale officer.
Look at
What?
So after that, she got in her car and dipped. So you know what happened next, right? Everybody lit up. Everybody said, thanks, 420.
Attention, I'm sure, like,
Bro, it was crazy. Nobody could burn. Everybody, what kind of 420 is this, man? The minute she bent the corner, like 30 joints lit up. Everybody was super happy. Everybody ran at me and said, where the cookies at? Here you go. Let's go. So, man. That's what's up.
Insane.
Yeah,
That's insane. Who would have thought that out of nowhere he just comes out of left field and stand down?
stand down. Like, what?
Yeah, I want to do that.
Doing, bro?
The officer said, stand down. I stepped back 3 feet,
Yeah, like, yo, chill.
Drop kick.
Yeah.
I don't get a kick, back up from this dude. He said, Raw, chill out, man. This is my people, man. And so, sure enough, she took off, and we had the best 420 ever. And since that 420, we've been on a roll. Go ahead.
You've been on a roll longer than
I mean, let's talk about, since you brought it up, let's talk about some of the things you've been doing for the hip-hop community. Because I know when I first heard of you was way back in the days when I was a jit and I was listening to Helter Skelter, Boot Camp, and when Fat Joe was Fat Joe. You gotta go, Joe. You gotta flow, Joe. You have that going on, and Das Effects, and you have, this era of hip hop that it was just unheard of. So you had an event, Hoodstock. Like you had a pirate radio station. You've You were one of the biggest, could I say it?
Yeah.
You're the biggest drug dealers in Wynwood. When Wynwood was probably the worst hood to ever walk. Like, you couldn't walk in there.
No.
At all. We interviewed graph artists that used to go paint the walls in Wynwood at night. And the stories they tell you, you just can't walk in there by yourself.
No.
At all. So this is a time that you just roam the streets freely. This was your hood.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that, man. Take me back. Let me know.
I first moved into Wynwood. We were off of 23rd Street and 2nd Avenue Northeast. My auntie had married Michael Urbanelli. He was one of the ring announcers at Madison Square Garden. And that's actually our merge over to Miami in the 1974, 75. In fact, I was here for that year that it snowed downtown Miami.
Right.
Yeah, I was here for that year. So, La Familia, there was a lot of cliques back then. Small little cliques, little pods here and there. But it was a rough time. Like, you could not get caught by yourself. And in fact, that law that most of the Canadians now stay in Hollywood is because of Wynwood. Because in Wynwood, Canadians
That's
will
my
come
people.
in. Right, your people will come into the neighborhood trying to purchase some drugs, and will turn their car literally upside
Flip it
down.
upside down. I heard that story.
Yeah.
Set it on fire.
No, shit. We did that during the riots.
Oh, okay.
This was just to get whatever they had inside the car, to get their stuff, whatever, and then flip them back over and let them drive off with a smashed
Savage.
car. It was, no.
It was some savage.
My people weren't ready for that.
Strong-ass Canadian.
We weren't ready for that. Trust me. It's no.
What they did was
Canada
develop a
sweet.
federal law about messing with people when they're behind their cars. It's like you trying to jack an airport or whatever. So when it became federal law, then we said, well, we don't want to mess with the feds, so we stopped doing that.
Right.
But every corner had a clique. From the famous boys, the 34th Street Players, Julio and Willie Willie, they had the largest clique in Wynwood. You know what I'm saying? The down-to-earth, beautiful brothers bought most of the neighborhood, employed a lot of people in the neighborhood. I know they're going to be missed because they both got life sentences now. Yeah. But Gano, rest in peace, Gano, close brother, beautiful brother. He had a Bigfoot truck that I could literally, and I'm only 5 feet 5 inches, but I could stand up in his rim.
Shit.
Of his truck. No, but Buzz, this is how funny it was. The auto, autos down the street, look, they drive like this straight up, right? His truck had to drive sideways because it was so big.
Hell no.
That's how huge his truck was. And they'll try to pull him over and he'll just keep driving.
Like, I ain't stopping.
We're gonna mess with him, man. He's way in the heck up there, man. No.
Throw a ladder.
But a beautiful brother, nevertheless, a beautiful brother, and he generated a lot of income for Wynwood too. He brought a lot of ambiente to Wynwood, did a lot of events, spent a lot of money, employed a lot of individuals down there. Insane, although he, and I'm not gonna say, what he was doing. I was an ex-drug dealer, but anyway, whatever he was doing, he was bringing money to the neighborhood and employing people, bringing ambiente where there was nothing down there. And no one would come down there to put anything after the McDuffie riots. The McDuffie riots, every corner got burned, all the businesses got burned, they took it all down.
Yeah.
So we were in the desert.
I heard about people getting carjacked, just rolling down the street, just at the stoplight or the stop sign. The window was open.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's a given. If you know
That's
what?
a given. That's nothing.
Windows down, we got to take that one. No, it's even funny. I'm gonna give you a real funny story about carjacking. They got the Jacksonville Jack Boys. These are like the biggest Jack Boys in Florida. There's like 35 of them in prison right now, and their name says it, Jacksonville Jack Boys. Mm-hmm. So they came to Wynwood to do some jacking, and guess what? They got jacked. They took their auto and brought the rims back to me. They had an Eldorado. They parked it on the corner, and they ran to like a half a block away to do a robbery. Uh-huh. When they came back, my boy, rest in peace, Fellow and Charlie, their brothers, they're both, rest in peace, both of the brothers, they had took their auto and drove it around the corner right to my house.
Hysterical.
No, I mean,
Yo, this is before
Hysterical now.
before GPS, before low drag, before all this. So God is gone.
America's
Yo, I still no, yo, this car, if it's not in line of sight, it's gone.
it's a wrap, and it's funny that gave me a little headache for a couple of years because the Jacksonville Jack Boys are real famous dudes and they're hardcore. The reason I was able to how can I say clean that up was because I knew Mr. Jim, and he's still down there in Wynwood selling tires, and I went to Mr. Jim's house. That's where one of the Jack Boys was staying, was a cousin of his son, you know, one of his nephews. And I explained to him, bro, these dudes, you know, they shot up my car. We're going through all this drama. Now I know they're here. So this has to either,
Somehow it has to get solved.
we're going to clean it up because now I know where you at and you know where I'm at. Okay, and then Mr. Jim knows I wasn't a car thief, you know, I used to sell drugs. I wasn't into car stealing. That wasn't my thing. You know, so when I spoke to Mr. Jim, Jim got it right away. I said, Jim, look at me, man. I got all this jewelry and everything. Tell these kids I didn't steal the rims. They brought them to me. I purchased the rims. Yeah, they're the Jacksonville Jack Boys. They got jacked in Wynwood. That name is done. You gotta lost your props, man. You know, that's over with.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. You can't rep that no more. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all the boys were like, it was funny even back then.
Yeah.
Because they had so much props. They had got arrested. They were in the news. But you know, it was rough times, bro. It was rough times. Like even to sell dope, everything was rough down there. Like if you were selling dope and there were some dudes. His name is Frank, and he's also going to perish.
Were you saying that I remember you telling me that every two houses had some type of way to survive. Is that true?
Yeah.
In the neighborhoods, people were trying to survive, right? So people were just doing whatever could to survive, to stay afloat.
It's called for desperate measures. I would
Right.
say that like people change depending on what the circumstances are just to survive.
Right.
Yeah, I had some grannies that were selling dope because they couldn't get their Medicaid, they couldn't get their stuff. I had old ladies that needed to pay their electricity bill, needed gas money, and I had a way to provide that. You know, and I would help.
But you went through a lot too to get to where you were. You didn't just, come up easy, which is what led you to be where you are. Correct?
I mean, yeah.
The story.
My
story is
whole
deep.
life. Right now, I'm living the best time of my life. Most people know some of my story. You know, that's why we're working on the book with Omen. You know, my mom.
Shout out to Omen.
Yeah, shout out to Omen.
Shouts out.
The Miami Cipher. You know, is dope. That book he kicked out is dope. But everybody knows. You know, my mom was a heroin addict. You know, and she left Puerto Rico or fled Puerto Rico. You know, because she was looking for a better way of life. And, the drug dealers got her in the Bronx and turned it out, got her on heroin. And through that miss, that they pimped her and all, she was able to make the money to bring all her family to the United States. So,
amazing.
Right, and that she's my queen. Like, my mom was a prostitute and she was a heroin addict, but I won't let nobody else say that but me. You could read about it in the book, because she's my queen, she's my superhero. My mom would go on missions with me to sell dope, to do whatever I had to do, hold on to $1 million for me, whatever I needed to do, my mom was there for me. But anyway, it was rough because I remember times where we were in the Bronx, it was snowing outside, and we were sleeping under the staircase.
Right.
Got thrown out of the apartment. You know what I'm saying? Because she was by herself doing her thing. And
you and your sister.
My cousin Buck 4 and Buck 4 Rocksteady crew, big ups to Crazy Legs. I know you out there listening, brother. Big out to Crazy Legs. He can get online, right?
Yeah.
That's
MiamiUnderground.com.
Right. That's what's up.
Underground Radio.
Miami Underground Radio.
Yeah, we went to Puerto Rocksteady
Miami Underground Radio.
I bring up Buck 4 because Buck 4, my cousin, is almost out. He's been in there for 35 years already because he took revenge on the guys who killed my cousin Buck 4, the Turtle Master, one of the original 5 Rocksteady members.
Wow.
Crazy Legs' best friend. Like if he's listening right now, I know he's choking on because every time we talk about Buck 4, say Chayoral. You're a big boy though. I know, Legs. It's all good. And we all love. Buck 4 is always gonna be with us. But anyway, me, Buck 4, and Flex, we were like, and we're all the same size, and you know, you get cocky when you have your cousins around you and stuff like that. Like, we all had 007 knives, zip guns. We had the whole shebang. That's crazy, huh? At 11 years old, 10 years old, you're running around with a big old...
This is at 11 years old?
Right. Yeah, at 11 years old, in the Bronx.
That was this story, and I
that's
think
old.
he's like an adult already.
No, I'm picturing 16-year-old.
No, he started at 7.
No. Well,
Started being on the streets at 7.
Yeah, I was already selling drugs when I was 7 years old in Coney Island on 20th Street for my family because they couldn't stand on the corner. So I would go out there and make the money for them. So it was like a tradition.
A family business.
It was a family business.
So, you know, from 7 years old, moving to the Bronx, moving to Bridgeport, Connecticut, coming to Miami. And remember, I fled to Miami because of what happened to my cousin. That's one of the reasons why they wanted to separate us, because we were ruthless. We didn't care. And a lot of people who know me, my attitude, and that's not me no more. I hold my own. I have that short man complex, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, big guys try to come up on me and stuff, and I got to prove something, you know?
Yeah.
So I've always had that problem, you know? But I'm really a nice guy, man. It's just I've been tested a lot, and they failed the tests. They didn't pass, you know? They didn't pass the test. You know, I'm being straight up. You know, I'm that kind of guy that I respect. I always respect. I will respect you. I will do whatever I can for you, George. Whatever I could do that's within my means, I'll do it for you. But the only thing I ask for is respect. That's it. You know, when you disrespect me, then I get a little bent out of shape. I don't do that no more. Because the beautiful lady I got right now, you know what I've learned to do? I've learned to surrender. I've learned not to fight every battle. That's why I made it here. Because my last 10 years, when I came home, mind this, they wanted me to go back and take over 40th Street because there were guys that had took the trap. Guys were, okay, you're back raw. Okay, now we're going to Wynwood. We're going to take over 40th Street. I said, hell to the no. I got a better plan. Everybody raise your right hand. Let's take this over. Y'all guys at KOP, 40th Street is over there. You can have it. It's all yours. I'm going to Broward. I'm going to go, you know, because they say people, places, you know, you got to switch up. You got to change. You got to change it. And it worked for me because the individuals that still with that same mentality and would not pick up a book and not seek personal development are still doing the same thing.
Yeah, there's no growth.
At all. I'm talking 22 odd years later. You were waiting for me to come home. You want me to pay your... I need $200 to pay my FP&L bill. Bro, I'm the one that was in prison. How you waiting for me to come home to pay your FP&L bill? Come on, man. Let's be realistic, man. Anyway... Personal development. Personal development, growth. There's got to be a better way. You have to go find it, man. You have to go find it. Everyone has. And it works. I believe in The Secret. Some guys say, man, that shit. Oh, can I say that? No.
Yeah.
They say, I'm sorry, my bad. They'll say, hey, that stuff is gay. My bad. That stuff is gay. All that stuff doesn't work and all that. But I tell you what, by personal experience, it works. It works. Because when this young lady, I already knew I was on the personal development route. I was already there because you go to prison, you're coming home, you take life skills, you're getting ready, you know, you're doing yoga, you're doing all that. Boy, they're waiting for me out there, I gotta get good, I'm doing everything I can, running around the yard, going home. But then you come home and it's like, what the heck? And then we go into recession. How do you deal with that? I got blessed. I met my wife, Najiba.
Who is amazing.
Yeah, this young lady here saved my life. You know, she put some good books in my hands that changed the whole frame of mind. I'm going to tell you, I started a detailing business, and she also lent me the money to do that.
Jeez.
Yeah, she came through. But she maxed her credit card out. She said, here, man, go get everything you need.
Damn.
So I went and got the generator. I got the tank. You know, I got everything I needed. So now I'm detailing. I'm going to start my car wash business. I go out there, come back. I got $80. And she asked me, how many cars did you buy? Felt like 300. Like, at least 300 cars, man. How much money you make? $80. She says, wait a minute. She said, take a shower when she took me to Barnes & Noble. And she bought me a book that calls As a Man Thinketh, So Is He.
Wow. I like that.
And it was a real thin book by Evans. I almost get
Alan James.
Alan James.
Yeah.
So me and my son sat in the van and kept reading this book. And once you know what you're worth, the stakes go up.
Well, we'll talk about your van.
What, the rust bucket? Man, it was a nightmare. Fred Flintstone had a doper car than me. I mean, like, I could literally see the ground, you know, from inside. So, but we made it work. We made it work. And once, you know, I went from $10 to $20. I was detailing for $80, for $300, $400. I was doing practically work for free until I found out what I was worth. When I found out what I was worth, it was a whole different scheme, because now I had a different attitude. Now I would survey you. Let me see if I feel like washing or detailing your car.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you didn't choose me, now I'm choosing you.
Right.
Yeah. My attitude changed, the stakes went up, my life changed, my zip code changed, everything changed. Then we started doing network marketing. We joined this company called YTB. And she became South Florida's #1 recruiter. Insane, she recruited 250 people in 1 year. So our address changed again. We got another zip code after that. And you know, like every business, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you're doing good, you know, you're in a big old villa, all marble floors, and you wind up in a 2-bedroom apartment, and you're saying, is this it? No, this is not it. Now you move into a $500,000 home, you go back up again, you know. And for right now, I give thanks that we're up, you know. After all we've been through. No. And let me tell you, our first 4 months together, while we were doing Hoodstock, when I came home, we were homeless.
Yes.
We slept inside of her car for 4 months. So I had all this jewelry. I came out on the front cover of Miami Times. You know, I was raw, boy. I was doing it. But at nighttime, I would go sleep in the car with her.
Wow.
For 4 months, we did this. And mine is winter, right? Because it's October, right?
Yeah.
So all the way to February until we finally made a decision. And she wound up with some other check that came in and said, hey, I got this check. You want to get an apartment? I said, well, hell to the this car is banging my back out. But yeah, man, we did it. We got our place and we kept moving.
What a beautiful
What a story, man. Dre, don't cry.
Man, like, I'm super emotional.
Yo, and I knew it. Yo, and I told you. Yo, I straight up told her, yo, watch, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
I should have drank.
Man, that's an incredible story, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like,
beautiful.
that's such an inspirational story, because you think about it. You've gone through this giant circle of life. You've gone from tremendo drug dealer that you got roped off with God knows how many keys, bills of bud, and at the same time you invested all this money that you were making into hip hop, into the community. You know, for those that don't realize what you did, just give me an idea. Just tell us a little bit of how you got involved in, like, how did hip hop play a big role in your life?
Well, I was looking for an exit, man. You know, and I started seeing what all my boys did in New York City, how they were generating wealth, you know, from hip hop, and I'm saying, damn, I'm from right there. I mean, for crying out loud, Crazy Legs used to come to 183rd Street, Katona Avenue, and it's in his documentary. He used to go into our hood, bite our styles, and take them back up to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And he says it. I used to go, that's where he met my cousin Buck Ford. So, I'm seeing all this stuff that's going on, and I'm like, damn, and I'm still here selling bricks and crack, and I'm still selling. So, rest in peace, another brother, man. There's a lot of my brothers that are gone, my age, that are gone. I am so blessed, because you see how many times I said rest in peace? Rest in peace to Sean, too. Beautiful brother. And one day he called me like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Raw. Well, my name wasn't Raw then. Hey, Papi. Hey, Papi. I said, hey, what's up? What's going on, man? This better be good. He said, man, I need you to jump in the 24-footer, man, and bring it. Bring it to 2nd Ave, 2nd Street, Southwest, right next to Flagler, man. Come, bring it now. I said, well, man, what I'm going over there for, man? A bunch of guys just got arrested, and they left the whole DJ set up right here. Lights and all. Oh, that's a good one. Let me get in the truck. I'm out. So I pull up to the spot, you know. First I come by and he's there waving me down. I drive right by him because I see all the lights, they're blue and red lights, but they left even the lights spinning. But it looked like it was purple lights, but it was the lights for the DJ system. So I drive by, so I ain't stopping. He says, where you going? I keep going, go around the block, come again. Look good, okay, I'm gonna back up. He says, come on, guys. We start loading up the stuff, and some lady screamed out, oh, yeah, the policia. Hurry up, get the stuff, let's get out of here. So we clear it. We got like 8 crates of records, 2 turntables, a video camera, couple of woofers, and it wasn't really much.
That was a setup, bro.
It wasn't set up, but what it turned out to be later, was crazy. So we took the system we called DJ Eon, and are you guys familiar with DJ Eon? He got Paradise, or I forgot the name of his company in Puerto Rico. But anyway, DJ Eon came and set the equipment up and put the camera on, and my boy Enemy started rapping. He started freestyling, and I got a vision right there. I said, man, this is the way out right here. Wow. We got to do a record. And I started telling people in the neighborhood, I'm going to do a vinyl. I'm doing a record. Man, they told me, man, you ain't doing no record, man. You sell butter, man. What you doing? What you on? You ain't doing nothing. And I was like, man, I'm going to do a vinyl. I'm going to do a record. Fine. And mind this, to do a vinyl, the cover, the artwork alone, just the artwork was $14,000. Jesus. How much you get artwork today? Yeah, $50? $50, if that.
That's expensive.
Hey, hold on, man. $40, bro. Come on, man. Hey, Felipe doing it for a quarter, bro. What's up? That's crazy, right? Just the artwork, and that was Luis Garcia. And Luis Garcia had did Gloria Estefan's work, Luke. I could go on and on, all the people's work that he put together. That's how I met him. Anyway, Betty Wright, stuff like that. So, put the first vinyl out. Now they weren't saying I was crazy no more. Put the album out, put about 10 CDs out, did our first video in Wynwood, and that wasn't enough. I'm trying to get my music played, and now we thought we were the big dudes, because you know True God and Ray Boogie by one loop that they say, and it's Puerto Rico. Oh, from Puerto Rico. They use that on a lot of songs, right? So we
still use that.
Okay,
to the Rock Club stuff. Ray Boogie, my boy, we did a song with him, and Tony Touch produced the track. So now you know we're working with some swag now, bro.
Tony Touch at the time was the biggest.
He was the DJ Cali of back then.
Hey, listen, I'm from Canada, and I used to go to New York all the time, and we used to get Tony Toca cassettes. Yes, and bring them back home. We were the coolest on the block with those cassettes.
For sure.
And you'd record tapes wherever you went. I don't know about you, but we used to take tape recorders to whatever Tony Toca, or you have Kid Capri would come down.
Kid Capri,
and
yes.
Shit like that was just amazing.
So like I was saying, man, come on, man, we on a track with Tony, Ray Boogie, Tony Touch. We went to New York, we performed at Rock Steady in front of 50,000 kids. We opened up.
And they were calling you crazy, you know?
And they were all calling you crazy, man.
You have to be crazy in order to do amazing things.
We rocked New York. At first, they booed us when we came out on the stage. I was with DJ Domination. Right now, he's like the #1 DJ in Thailand. And I had DJ Eon, DJ Old Dog, Speedy Legs, and the whole little crew he had together, you know? And there was 48 of us I took to New York City in my tour bus. 48 hotels. I mean, the trip alone must have ran me like 50 G's to take 48 people up there for a week and feed them and dress them and haircuts, and I need sneakers.
Yeah, the whole nine.
The whole shebang. And of course, they're smoking trees, so then we gotta buy trees too, buy like $500 worth of trees, man. See if you can find us a half a pound of smoke, because there's 48 of us.
Jesus.
We're in New York City. When we come out on stage, and you can ask any of the guys that were on the stage with me, and I wasn't supposed to grab the mic because I'm pushing them. I'm the executive dude. I'm in the background. But when they got up on the stage, they started throwing stuff at the stage. Boo, Miami, because they thought we were on the bass. No disrespect to the bass and Luke, but some places didn't like the exploitation of the women and stuff like that. They weren't down with that, and Rocksteady was one of them. and they started throwing stuff at us, and we were like, holy smoke. So I had to grab the mic, go run out on the stage, and say, yo, what's going on? This is DJ Raw. Where's my DJ at? Eon, where you at? And he came scratching. Yo, Domination, where you at? Where you at? He started coming through, where the D-Boys at? And Speedy Legs came out and spinned on his head for about 15 minutes.
Jesus.
In order to get that crowd.
It's not that kind of party, guys.
And what? Where we had the kids going,
Well, I have to say, I've seen you MC, a party and stuff, and you're definitely a hype man, and you're more of a storyteller in my eyes. Like, it's just, you have a way of connecting with people and of bringing out a message to people that it's like no other, Rock. It really is, and I think you do as well, so.
Good, thanks.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
That's definitely true.
I give thanks.
Yeah, he has amazing stories.
Man, no, that's the thing. Like, I know, I've interviewed you a couple times already, man, and it's always enlightening in one way or another, because you put together a story. You tell us your story of Miami is a rare one. Mainly because no one's gonna live that life ever again.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we're from, I could sit down and say, well, I was around when we transitioned from no internet to internet. Mm-hmm. You were doing big things way before that. Mm-hmm. You were hustling the street. You were on your grind. You ran the block for a long time, you made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money.
You made a lot of money. People don't understand, man. And so you had all this hip hop influence. You invested into a community event, from serving on the block. You got the old ladies involved. Whoever needed to make money, you helped them out somehow, some way. Unfortunately, you had to serve. You had to deal drugs or whatnot, but that's what it was. Now,
can I just add something to that story to add to what you're saying? My realization of that fact is when I came here and we were doing Hoodstock and we were sleeping in the car, and we were on the street. We had to take the meeting to a Wendy's because the place that we were using, it just didn't work out. So we're over there, and
hold up, you gotta tell that story, man. You gotta tell
tell the story. Okay, but I wanted to finish too. This long.
Wait,
okay, so
footnotes.
A really powerful DJ, one of the ones that were helping out, was working at one of the schools, and said he had access to using one of their rooms in order to have like our meetings. Hoodstock meetings.
He went to the school and he wasn't allowed to have us in there. We were in there having Hoodstock meetings and at night.
We didn't know.
Until the principal showed up and she was having a meeting. I'm asking her,
4 weeks later, like 4 or 5 weeks later, after we were doing this, every evening for weeks.
Exit stage left. We are out of here.
Yeah, so we all left, and the whole crowd went to the Wendy's down the street. We're going to meet at the Wendy's, so we're all out there. We're pulling up, and as we're pulling up, this man starts walking to the door, a crackhead. Right? And he knocks on the window and he gives him some money and he says, do you know who you are, man? He said, the streets love you. When he started crying through your back, the streets love you, man. The streets love you. The man was crying, an elderly man, a black man on the street, a crackhead was crying, seeing him. Like, it was like, there's no way he knows him. He was crying. That was my realization of what what his power was and the love that he spread on the streets. Because I'm from Canada, I don't really know. I know about the music, but the story, I didn't really know it. And I just knew at that point that there was more. There was love. There was more to than just this person who came from.
Did you know how important you were, like at that time? Like, did you realize what was really going on, or it was just kind of something innate in you?
No, I realized when I started after 3 years in solitary confinement, and I finally hit Florida City, the compound, and that's when I realized I'm gonna do some time. I gotta finish this bid, and I walked into a room, a dormitory, and there was like 300, maybe 400 inmates, and then they started chanting my name. Raw, 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 raw. So bad that the white shirts came in. Said, what the hell's going on in here, Mm-hmm. And one of the sergeants said, this guy walked in here and everyone went crazy. So they put down on me, this is our dude. But anyway, that's when I realized I kind of had an awakening that it wasn't the money that made me, That's when I realized what I really had created outside. I was like, wow, man, I can't believe that And that's what gave me what I needed to finish my time. Because I thought it was over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's over, man. That's it. When I come home, probably my mom be dead, everybody be gone, you know, it's done. But after that experience that I had right there, my whole life changed. And that's when I decided I wanted to learn how to read. You know, I wanted to get my GED, and I got it. I became a super tutor, and I typed 35 words a minute, and I learned how to build websites, and you name it. I even structured. Let me tell you a story how deep I got into wanting to know more, that one day some white shirts came in, and we were looking at them when they came in through the front, you know, and then they called my name. Raul Medina, report to the warden's office. Oh boy, I gotta use the restroom. More charges or something's coming, you know, because it can happen. You just
chilling. Yeah, you're just like, what, bro?
What are you gonna add on to me? What are you gonna put on my plate?
And I'm already going through a lot.
Yeah, right?
The minute I go up there, they're looking at me. I said, what did I do? They said, no, you didn't do anything. Calm down. So we want you to survey the Board of Education for the Department of Corrections. Out of 200 and some odd prisoners, we picked 10, and you're one of the 10 in the state.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what? And they gave me a pamphlet to take back with me to fill out, you know, dot out, whatever, write what I thought. Because I literally had took every program that Department of Corrections had to offer.
Wow.
And so deep where right now there's in Sumter, Florida, there's an HIV program that I structured, and it's still up and running. And on an average, every 90 days, like 15, 20 guys graduate from there.
That's so amazing,
yeah.
huh?
Man, damn, bro.
Yeah, that's happening now. You know, I took the initiative to learn about health and stuff like that because I lost a sister to HIV, and her husband as well. They both passed, and I said, you know, I'm gonna get this together. You know, I want to learn what's going on with my people. When I came home, I was supposed to be an HIV peer facilitator, and I didn't take the job. It was $18 an hour. They wanted to fly me to Santo Domingo to structure another program for Santo Domingo, and I didn't take the job because as I started my holistic path, I realized that all these conventional medicines and stuff like that, all they do is make us sicker. You know? They're not helping us. They're just making things worse for us. The cure is in the food.
Mm-hmm. Let thy food be thy medicine.
In the food as well. Let thy food be thy medicine. Let thy food be thy medicine. Heal yourself with your food. What you're eating is what's making you sick. What you eat is what's going to make you well and give you most of my friends are dead now, and it's because of what they ate. And then we say, oh, no, he has diabetes because his mom had diabetes. Yeah, because you were eating the same thing your mom was eating. It's what it is. You got high blood pressure because you're eating the same thing your parents, you know. That's the generational curse, is the mouth, is the genocide of the food. And right now, that's what I take real strong. You know, right now, that's what I'm strong on because my mom had a horrific death, man. Cancer of the breast, liver cirrhosis. She had every living illness that pertains to food. She had that illness. From high blood pressure to cancer of the pancreas, she had it all. Breast cancer, everything. We would pray for the Most Highest to take her already. Because her last 3 to 4 years were just
suffering.
They were tough, really tough. And we would pray for her death. Please take her today, don't let her suffer no more. Now she's not suffering anymore. So because of that, and this young lady here, which is, don't play the radio when it comes to food. Yeah. Because I got to give it to her. You know, I'm fit the way I am because of the program. We got 2 water births at home. This champion right here, 2 of them. I assisted with the first one. The second one dropped in my hands myself. I cut the umbilical cord. The midwife showed me to stitch up the umbilical cord. I received the placenta and I went and buried it in the backyard. And that's some real hip hop for you. Because that's what hip hop is supposed to be.
Bro.
To
your mama.
Right. That's the real hip hop. And that's what hip hop is intended to be. Hip hop is supposed to be about educating and taking our people to a higher place.
Culture.
Entertainment is cool.
George is right up
culture.
to cry.
I told you. I knew it. Save for the camera. George is right.
Serious.
The culture.
Our hip hop is about it. You know they say the truth hurts. And that's why probably I rub some people the wrong way, but that's okay. I rub some people the wrong way, but I'm going to continue to speak my piece, because right now what's needed in the community is someone to step up to tell our people, our Latinos, our indios, la gente en Dios, in Dios. Tell our people to eat right. My African people, my indigenous people, my Afros, let them know it's time to stop eating. I was looking at a show, a little skit with Chris Rock, and they were burying his uncle, you know? And then they had all the macaroni and cheese and the ham hocks and everything out. And Chris Rock said, you know what's really ironic about this? He says, we're eating the same damn food that killed this brother here. That's how ironic it is.
It's true, though.
And
It's delicious, right?
It's better not to eat, guys. It's okay to skip a meal, man. And fast food joints, man, I give thanks since 2007, I don't see one. Fast food joints are off the limit, man. In California, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco, all the fast food joints have bulletin boards on the door before you go. Huge. They say these foods are known to cause cancer. We don't have that here, though.
In California, they have the most vegan restaurants too, like really nice places.
California has such a
It's so
variety.
clean overall, so healthy. I mean, you barely see people smoking like cigarettes.
Thank
and I'm
you.
a smoker, so I mean, when I go to Cali, I don't even smoke that much
You
because
chill
it's
out,
like,
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to, I feel like an alien. It's crazy. People
Good.
look at you like a certain way. Like they don't even talk on their phones while they're driving or answer texts
No,
or
you
anything.
can-
Right,
Freaked
right.
out. They're like, nah, I can't answer my phone. And it's like, over here, you're just walking down the street and you see everybody that's in the
Everyone.
line at the light on their phone, which is nuts.
You have to wake people up at the light because most people are on their phones
Yeah.
when the light changes.
That's the curse of Miami.
I
now.
hate to cut you guys off, but
Right.
unfortunately, we're gonna wrap this up.
That's what's
but
up.
Rod, tell me a little bit more about what we can expect from you, because you obviously have so much history that we could sit here forever
Yeah.
and talk
For
about all
days.
the
Man, there's books and books that we can write, man.
Trust
That's what's
me.
up, yeah.
But definitely, there's so much history, and you've come such a long way, and you're definitely a great story of realness. You're a great story of hip hop, and you're a great story of inspiration to so many people of so many different walks of life. I know that you have the edible
Raw hemp edibles. Right.
company. But what more can we expect from Raw in this continuous journey?
Well, right now I'm really supporting this young lady is next to me because she's a singer. She's
An
a-
amazing singer.
and
Thank
you know
you.
she has Decipher. We do a radio show 92.7 FM in Broward, WZOP Radio,
Shout out to you guys.
that we want to invite you guys. It was
Thank you,
last night the
yes.
show. We would like to have both of you so we could do
Appreciate
this
that.
on our
Awesome.
platform, you know, and of course promote 305 Radio as well.
Thank you.
But
Yes.
my wife's working on her album right now with Biz Rock
So excited.
at Kingdom Studio.
Yes.
You know, she's
Shout
got
out to
tracks
Biz Rock.
from Dante,
Barris Hammond,
Barris Hammond,
my uncle.
her uncle.
There you go.
How amazing.
Yeah, and it's real funny
He is
the way
amazing.
stuff works out. You know what I'm saying? That you come home and you fall right back where you're supposed to be.
Well, home is where the heart is, you know?
Yeah,
Absolutely, man.
No, and there's that saying that we say as Latinos, lo que está pa ti, nadie te lo
Nadie te
quita.
lo
Yeah.
quita.
You know, and I've learned that
Ah,
firsthand.
shit,
Yeah, what's for you, no one can.
No one
Because
can take
trust
away.
me, I've had a lot of people try to sabotage and do all kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh well, go ahead, do what you're gonna do. It's fine, no problem. When my time comes, it'll come. And right now, I'm happy where I'm at. I am so blessed. My daughters, my sons, they're all doing good. My wife, she's my backbone, the one that just, for everything, I gotta come to her. The way it's supposed to be. Because we have to understand that the women were the ones that used to lead on this Mother Earth. And somehow, some way, that power got taken away from them. See, but today the indigenous man understands the truth, so he surrenders to his queen and follows through her. You know, before I used to be the leader. I'm not the leader no more. I've given up that position. You know, I let my wife lead, and what I do is I enforce.
He's
There you go.
He is the enforcer.
I enforce. You know,
Where can they find you guys on social media, or how can they get a hold of you if they want to get involved in the movement that you guys have going on, or if they just want to contact you? How can they do that?
Well, you can find me at DJ Well 305. That's that Instagram thing.
Yeah.
You know? That's where you can find. Where they can
Mine
find
is
you.
I am Najeebah. I am NAJEEBAH. NAJEEBAH. Also, Naturally Clean Locks on YouTube.
That's what's
Channel.
up. That's what's up. Hey, you got 1 minute for her to do a little demonstration for you?
I
Oh,
would love
yeah!
This
Oh man, this is gonna be good. Hold on.
Give us some
Hold
song.
on. Let me record this, man. Let me record this joint. All right, go ahead.
She's gonna give you a little cover, but it's gonna be so dope.
This is the song for every girl who ever been through something she thought she couldn't make it through. I sing these words because I was that girl too, who wanted something better than this. But who do I turn to? Now we're moving from the darkness into light. This is the defining moment of our lives. 'Cause you're beautiful like a flower. You're more valuable than a diamond. You are powerful like a fire, and you will heal the world with your mind. And there is nothing in the world that you cannot do when you believe in you. 'Cause you're beautiful, yeah, you are powerful, yeah, you are brilliant, yeah, you are resilient.
George was so right.
Say it loud, say it proud. I was right, yo. I knew
That was so
you were gonna
beautiful.
start tearing
Thank you
up.
so
That
much
is
for
amazing.
sharing.
I love that. So where can we hear this? Where can we hear more of this? Yo,
It's coming soon.
that was awesome.
We're working on the
That was
videos right now.
amazing. I love it.
Soon. Go do this. When she's ready to drop, release the first one. We'll make sure we bring it to you first.
Yo, bring it here.
Exclusive.
Hell yeah. Absolutely appreciate it. And Drea might shed a tear or two.
I've already been shedding tears like the whole show, so. But guys, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out because I know you guys have your family life and you guys have your businesses and all these great things going on.
Thank you.
So it means so much that you would take that time to come and share all of this with us. You guys gotta come back and do another
Definitely.
hour. We might have to do like an extended show
Man,
or
we need
something.
Definitely. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us so much.
You guys are welcome
Absolutely.
here absolutely anytime. If you guys want, you guys can hit me or George up on the gram. You can follow me at 305_brownie. If you missed any of the information for Ra or Najeebah, I
Like
will
that.
be happy to provide that information for you guys. You can catch 305 Radio, a part of 305 Magazine, right here on MiamiUndergroundRadio.com. Every Monday we go live 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much to all of our loyal listeners, all of our supporters.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yo, by the way,
Yes, much
Back.
blessings to you.